Hello, my name is David Fansler, and in Lesson 3 of the GLG Community Toolkit, we're going to talk about the graphics builder. That's what makes the graphics such as this one you're looking at. This is for a sailboat, and if you look at the battery charger, green, red, and the oscilloscope, you can see the signal going up and down. So the switch is controlling the output of the signal. Now here, as soon as my hand moves out of the way and it goes back in focus, I'm using a joystick running an analog to digital converter, and it's being read and its value is scaled and then put into what we can see as the starboard water tank, and then the right left is the port water tank. That would actually be a sensor in there, but that's it for showing that. How do you get to the builder? You go to GLG, and then you go to bin, B-I-N, and then you look for Graphics Builder X11 No OpenGL. All right, and then we're going to execute that. Once we do that, it'll bring up the window. And move it to the center and get rid of the splash screen. Now, the first thing that I always do is to create a new drawing. And we do that by clicking on New, and we've got 7 selections, and we're going to use Widget Fixed Scale. All right, so doing that, it asks if we can discard the old drawing, and we say yes, and then it says the way you want a custom size, 800 by 600, and we'll use that as the default. And it's telling us that the GLG widgets must be contained in a viewport object named widget. That's what's been created. So going to the palettes, we've got a whole slew of different widgets, and we're going to choose toggle buttons. And let's take that nice green one. We'll close the window and move it out of the way because all the widgets go into the center of the screen when you load them in. So now let's go down to value display, and we'll choose a fixed size value display and click on that, and there we have it. So close that, but let's make it bigger. So grab the handles and make it bigger, and we can do the same thing for the start button as well. We can make it bigger. All right, let's make sure that the down arrow is highlighted. It is, so that means we can go to the properties of these widgets. Now, the start button is called $widget, but let's change it to lamp. This is going to be the on-off button for our lamp, if we can spell lamp. And once we've done that, then we're going to go down to the process mouse and do click. Let's click on the properties, and notice it says start stop for the labels. We're going to change that to on off. So change that to on and change this to off. Now if you notice, the text is a little small inside that great big green box. So let's go to the label properties and choose font size 6. Now that's cheating a little bit because I already knew that font size 6 would fit in there because it's the biggest font. But if you click on the gray box with the 3 dots, we're going to do this for the font type. Here's all the different types of fonts that you can use on anything that you're doing. So as you click on each one of them, it will show you what that font looks like. So let's choose a nice thick font. Click on OK, and let's go to font size, and the 3 buttons in the block, and there's all the different sizes we can use. So we can click on the biggest one, and like I said, I already knew it was number 6. All right, looking at the value display. All right, let's change this name from drawing to lamp intensity. All right, once we've done that, then we go down to the description, and we're going to change the description for the top box to lamp space intensity. The units, we're going to leave it as percent. You can put anything you want there. The value defaults to 70. The value format, this is in C format version. So this is a floating, and it has no digits to the right of the decimal, but I just changed it to 1 digit to the right of the decimal. And so we got 70.0. Now on the size, notice that as we change the size, all we're doing is changing the proportions of the boxes. We're not actually changing the size of the box. It stays the same, but how big the top box is to the bottom box is what we're changing. All right, let's see, font size. Again, we can click on the triple dots in the window and choose the font size for the value. We can change the font type as well. So let's choose something a little different than the same old, same old. All right, that looks pretty good. So if we apply that and go back, instead of the value label, let's go to the description label. And again, changing the font size, clicking on the 3 dots. Let's go to the big, oh, the biggest is too big, so we can go down 1, and that fits. Font type, you know, we can play around with that. But font color, the text color, we can change that as well. So it gives you this nice color chart that you can choose the color that you want out of it. Right now it's black with 000. Colors, that gives you control over all the colors. So the top color, if we click on the 3 dots, it will give us the color chart again. So nice putrid green. We'll change it around. Oh, yellow. Yellow will be good. And let's go down to value of color 0, and that'll change the text. So let's change it to red. All right, apply that, and we're looking good. Now, right now we're looking at the viewport, and in the big drawing I was doing, I had to move things around some. And notice that I'm just doing a copy and paste, that you can only get these buttons but so close together before they overlap. What if you wanted them to just barely touch? What we're going to do is click on the Add button. And the Add button will let us change numerous things. We're going to change the Y. And we change it to 30, and then notice it didn't do anything. The factor is the clue to that. Change that to 1. So that means that the factor, when you say 30, it's going to move it to 30. All right, so that's too much, so change it down to 10. All right, you see a little bit of light in there. Let's go to 16. Closer, 17, 18. All right, we got rid of the thing, the daylight. So the buttons are just touching now. So let's go up to the top button, and we'll click Add on the dynamics for it. We already know that it's 18. Now this time we're going to make it a negative 18 because, well, it's going down. But I made it negative 36 because I'm going to cut the factor to 0.5. So that means that we get even finer control now. It does it in half steps compared to what it did last time. So changing to 34, we get a little bit of space there. So let's go back to 36. So 35, it almost closes it up. So 36 is the one we'll stay with. So that's a basic intro to how you use Graphics Builder. Now the name that we gave to each one of these things, the button, we called it lamp. The value display, we called lamp intensity. Those are the names that we'll use in our program along with an attribute of each one of the boxes to address the values. So in other words, we'll use the lamp intensity to change the value of the display. We'll use the actual on off of the button to turn the lamp on and off. So we'll take a look at that next time along with some hardware that I'm using to make these things actually work. So until then, this is David Fansler saying so long and happy programming.